Alright, you guys know me. You guys know that I make a ton of content trying to predict Smash Bros. DLC characters. And before the game was out, I was trying to predict content I was trying to predict what characters would be in the base game. I was always, and I even famously said the Grinch leak was real, and I got duped by that one. And I didn't believe the Incineroar Vergibin leak, even though I did eventually admit that Ken was possible, and that I made a video about Ken couldn't possibly be an Echo Fighter, and then I realized he might be the most unique Echo Fighter to date, and then he actually came out, and I'm so glad I eventually said that before he came out. But famously, I still have a very stupid video, but I think it has like very little views on it, which is good for me. Um, well, basically, I always see videos about certain characters as DLC. Now, in the base game, I made a video trying to say, I made a video. It was just called I think it was called Isaac, Shantae, and Paper Mario, or maybe it was called Shantae, Isaac, Paper Mario, something like that. Basically, with that video, I was trying to say those three characters will not be in the game. I said those three characters just won't be in the game. It's just not going to happen. And even when the Grinch League happened, I was like, man, maybe I was wrong about Isaac. I was right. I just don't see. To me, Isaac is only popular with like a very niche group of people who, and I mean, I think a lot of people are Golden Sun fans. Don't get me wrong, and I think that's why he deserves to be at least in the game in some form. I don't think he has that kind of popularity that people think he does. I think the Smash community is full of people who want Isaac, but I think the larger public is not. They don't want Isaac. Not that they have any reason to. They just don't know him. They want other characters more. So a part of that video was just me saying, hey, I see people constantly throwing around Shantae, Isaac, and Paper Mario, and it's just not going to happen. And I think people just didn't realize, at least when it came to Paper Mario, that he is still Mario in his games. He's not supposed to be like a different Mario. It's just supposed to be Mario, and he's represented. The character does Mario's moves just like how Mario does Mario's moves in Smash, but and even that is different from how Mario normally is in games like Mario Brothers, Mario World, Mario 3D Land, and Mario Odyssey and 64 and all those games. The whole point is Smash is kind of like combining all the Marios into one character, and that's kind of the point. So the idea of Paper Mario it doesn't really work. It doesn't make any sense. Some people just want to see that character because he would have his own move set involving using the hammer and stuff like that. And it's just not how it actually works. It makes much more sense to have characters from Paper Mario as spirits. And honestly, they should have a Paper Mario assist trophy. Not Paper Mario himself, but a character from Paper Mario, maybe one of the villains. I think that would be a great idea for our Paper Mario representative. But as far as Paper Mario as a character, not going to happen. And then, so let's move on to these new characters that I always see people mention in these prediction videos that I think will not have a chance at all, not even as DLC. It won't happen. So first of all, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. When it comes to like Lloyd Irving from Tales games, I think he's from Tales of Symphonia himself. I don't see any reason why they can't put him in. He had a Mii fighter costume. To me, I just kind of feel like he would have been in if he was he would have been in the base roster if he was going to be in, and I don't think Namco's really getting another character. I just don't see that happening. I think the perfect opportunity for him would have been a base roster character, but he's not even who I want to really discuss here. Who I really want to discuss, because like it's fine if you went Lloyd. I think Lloyd could happen in a certain Smash game, and Lloyd, if they're going to pick anyone from a Tales game, it would be Lloyd, just like they picked Cloud from Final Fantasy. And so that's the thing. I'm not even saying Lloyd isn't going to happen. I just don't think it's as likely as a lot of other characters. And I think there's a lot of more bigger names that they might want to shoot for, or maybe bigger what the fucks. But let's talk about the most character. The character that annoys me the most is Monster Hunter. And so what I want to say with this video is I want to present this idea that the reason why I don't think certain characters will be in the game is because of the way the spirits work. I at first thought there was no reason why spirits could deconfirm a character. I thought that there's no reason why a spirit would deconfirm a character. It doesn't make any sense. And when I actually played the game, I realized how weird it would be to have a spirit and that actual character in at the same time, because the way the spirit battles work is it's a character that's not supposed to be that character. So the thing is, like when you fight the pirate spirit, it's like a Shulk is supposed to be like Rex, and I think it was like Lucina or something was supposed to be Pyra, and there was fire all over the stage. That's it would just be really weird if Rex and Pyra were actually in the game, and then that was left in the story mode. So that just to me, I think to me it just kind of actually confirms that characters won't be in the game if they already have spirits. Like it just to me that was just the proof in the pudding, and sadly that means Gino also won't be in the game. And I feel like again, if they were going to do Gino, it would have happened in the base roster. Sadly, it's like Gino's not impossible. I think he's like Lloyd though, where he's gonna be more likely in like Smash 6 or 7. I don't know if this is supposed to be considered 5 because apparently 3DS and Smash 4 are two different games. They're not considered the same game. So whenever people call Smash 4 Wii U Smash 4, apparently that's wrong. Either way, whatever the next Nintendo console is, whatever the next Smash Bros is, we'll just call it Smash Bros Ultimate 2 or Smash Bros, next. There's not going to be, that's when Rex and Pyra would have a chance. That's when Gino would have a chance. That's when Lloyd would have a chance. But, those three characters I think aren't likely as DLC this time around because Spirits kind of deconfirmed them. So when it comes to Monster Hunter, he's even the worst. He's even worse than just like a basic spirit because he's so totally deconfirmed because this is a character who has a boss fight in the game. This is a character whose Rathalos is already in the game as a boss that you have to defeat. He's also an assist trophy, and there's a stage for him, but it's not in the main game. It's only in that like weird boss battle stage. Again, I don't think that like I just feel like if they were going to put Monster Hunter in, it would have made way more sense to do it all at once, because I think there even is music from Monster Hunter when you fight Rathalos. So again, it makes no sense the idea that they would put that character in later as DLC. I know some of you might be thinking, well, why wouldn't they do that? Wouldn't it would just be able to make more money off of Monster Hunter, even though they already put Monster Hunter in the game? And it's like, yeah, but the thing is that if they that just doesn't seem like what Nintendo's trying to do with these characters. It really seems like Nintendo is actually trying to make a solid deal with this fighter pass. Now I could be proven dead wrong, and I would kind of shake my head at it. But they could put in a Monster Hunter stage with a Monster Hunter character in, and then his final boss would just be Rathalos. But to me, that would just be like they're really holding off on DLC characters, just to make an extra buck. It would feel really slimy and dirty. And the fact of the matter is that they could have put in a Monster Hunter character as the announced DLC character right away. I don't know if it'll build up that much hype for the character that when there's already Monster Hunter content in the game. I just don't think that's the way it works. And so a lot of my decisions are coming based off of that. So I'm saying right here, right now, I don't think Monster Hunter will be in the game because there's already Monster Hunter content in the game. And so to me, it just doesn't add up. When you look at Rayman, he's already a spirit as well. He's already in the game. And people want Rayman. People want Rayman. And it's like the same argument. Rayman won't happen for the same reason. So I'm saying, yes, if they're in the game already, even if they're not technically playable, it doesn't matter. Now, I also want to talk about another character that people used to hype up and push a shit ton. This is the Doom guy. I don't think Doom guy's happening. And here's the thing, if they made a moveset based off weapons from Doom, it could actually work. He has a chainsaw, he has like berserker fists, and he also just has a nice arsenal of different guns and involving like the machine gun. He has like that chain gun he holds. He has the shotgun, of course, and he has a rocket launcher. And, there's obviously so many, and of course like his final smash would be the BFG or something like that. But like that's the thing, they could easily make anything with Doom guy. But the thing is that I think his character is just a little too one note. And I think people are trying to come up with really wacky, crazy ideas. And also I think people are saying like oh, if they do a Bethesda character, if they do a Bethesda crossover, because Nintendo Bethesda are being buddies right now, then it'll be Doom Guy. And I'm like, I don't think just because Nintendo's friends with a company doesn't mean that they're going to necessarily be in Smash. And I mean, Ubisoft is friends with Nintendo, and that's why there's Rayman and there's Rabbids content in Smash Bros. That's why, you know. So to me, it just doesn't matter if Bethesda and Nintendo are being buddy buddy. Nintendo wants Bethesda on the Switch. I don't think they care that much about Nintendo having, you know, certain characters in Smash. And if they did, I don't think they'd go for Doom Guy. I think they'd go for the more obvious choice. If you're gonna pick anyone from Bethesda, you would not pick Doom Guy. You would pick like the Dragonborn or whatever you would want to call the main character, Dovahkiin or whatever from fucking Skyrim. I forgot the name because this game's kind of become irrelevant now, but people loved fucking Elder Scrolls, and if you're going to pick any Elder Scrolls character, Elder Scrolls 5 is like the Final Fantasy 7 of the franchise. It's the most beloved, it's the most popular, even if there's better versions of Elder Scrolls, even if people like Morrowind and Oblivion more, it doesn't matter if they like Morrowind or Oblivion more. Skyrim's the popular one, and they could easily make a moveset for this character, for the Dragonborn character, Skyrim protagonist man. They could easily make a moveset for this character. So if they're going to do anyone from Bethesda, they would do that. And I don't think they're going to do that. I do think Doom Guy would be great as an assist trophy, but I don't think they're going to do any DLC assist trophies or updates with assist trophies. I think assist trophies are just locked in. And even if they announce an assist trophy, which people never get hyped for them because it doesn't matter because no one fucking uses them, but if they did add them in, it would be cool, and Nintendo would totally show it off like we care, but we wouldn't care. So, I mean, I'm not ruling it out, but to me, I'm just not seeing it. And so, yeah, the main point of this video that I was trying to get out, what I was trying to say is while Lloyd and Rex and Pyra and Gino, I don't think people are talking about them too much anymore. I just don't think they're very likely in general. But when it comes to guys that people are talking about a lot, Monster Hunter, Rayman, and Doom Guy, people talk about these guys so much. I just don't think they have a chance. I really don't think that's happening. I think it's really silly that people are going to be throwing these guys around at this point. So, yeah, that's my main point. Is those three? Those are the big three. That's just not happening. Whereas the other three at least have somewhat of a chance. I think Gino and Lloyd aren't happening this time around. I don't think Doom Guy and Monster Hunter, and I don't think that Rex and Pyre are happening either. But Monster Hunter, Doom Guy, and it was what was the last one? Monster Hunter, Doom Guy, and the other nobody that nobody cares about. Oh, of course, Rayman. Rayman's not happening, guys. Okay, Rayman was a trophy in the last one, and yet not a playable character still, and gets representation in both games. It's not happening. It's just not happening. So, sorry, but not happening. That's just the way I see it, and we'll just have to see what happens later. But for right now, we know Joker's coming. Strong hints that Erdrick is coming. And besides that, I don't know. I'm still leaning towards maybe one Microsoft rep or possibly two. And then, yeah, besides that, I don't know. My best guess would be Ryu Hayabusa, but I really don't know. Like, it honestly could be anyone at this point. It could still be a Square Enix character like Sora. It could still be a character like Dante, of all people. It could be literally anyone. The possibilities are way out there. I know a lot of people are thinking we could even see the third evolution of Grookey. I think that one's a popular chance. But Doom Guy, Monster Hunter, and Rayman ain't happening. But I'm going to end it here, and I'll see you guys in the next one.